Let's be honest, as photographers, there's two different types. There's those that know they have a problem with gear, and there are those that are in denial. Well, lucky for you, I won't let anybody know you clicked on this video, especially because you know you already have enough gear. What's up? I'm Jay LeBlanc, wedding photographer and photography educator. Today I'm going to show you everything that's inside my camera bags that I bring to every single wedding. Don't mind my assistant over here in the background. He refused to move. He's just going to hang out there with us for this video. Say hey, buddy. Starting off, I got my Think Tank Retrospective 30 right here. This bag has been with me for years now. It has been beat up. It comes with me on every single job that I do. I love having a sling bag that I just keep on my shoulder throughout any one of my shoots for those items that you might need like on the fly, such as a new battery or a memory card or a second lens that you want to switch out to real quick. So this bag stays with me throughout the entire wedding. Inside of this bag, I keep my main camera body, which is the Canon R5 with the 28-70. This is kind of like my workhorse. I shoot almost the entire wedding day with this lens on one of my camera bodies. I could honestly shoot the entire day with only this lens. I love it. I've shot with primes before. I've shot with the 24-70. I've shot with the 24-105. As far as a do-it-all lens in any lighting situation, this lens kicks butt. And if you want to hear a little bit more about what I really think about this lens, did I mention it's really big? You should check out this video right here, where I really talk about my opinion about this lens. Just know it's my workhorse. It's always hanging by my side all day long. Also in this bag, I have my RF 15-35. I really love this as a wide angle lens. Now I usually start off a wedding day with the girls getting ready, and often it's in either the bride's home or her parents' house or a hotel room where there's just not a lot of room. And sometimes I need to maximize the space that I have to work with, especially if I'm shooting a large group shot. This lens allows me to get those shots in tighter spaces. So I really love keeping this lens with me earlier in the wedding day. I also really love the 15-35 for dance floor pictures. I get right into people's faces, out on the dance floor, right in the mix. I'm not one of those photographers that are gonna stand off to the side with a 70-200 and get pictures from a distance. I wanna be in the action, in the crowd, dancing with the guests, getting those raw emotions, those action shots, the fun stuff, the partying, the stuff that might be a little embarrassing. But you know what? It's all right, because we're having a good time. Also inside my bag, I never know what kind of lighting conditions I'm gonna be faced with, so I keep one of my lights with me, as well as a remote trigger. I use the godox speed lights, as well as the 8200s. I think it's an awesome system. They're cheap. They all work together. Are they perfect? No. But what I love about them is if somebody bumps into one of these and knocks these off of a stand, or if I drop one, it's less than 200 bucks, and it really doesn't hurt that much to replace it. When I was using the Canon lights and they were $500 a light, that hurt a little bit more when it came time to replace the broken ones. Also in my all-day carry bag, I have some of the Mag Mod modifiers. I have the Mag Sphere, a grid, and then a couple gels here, just in case I want to do something creative during the getting ready portion of the day, or if I just need a light and I want to match the light that's available to me in the room where they're getting ready. Sometimes brides are getting ready in basements of wedding venues where there's no window lighting, and all they have is really dim light, crappy LEDs. So I'm going to want to use my own lighting in those situations. That's why I keep one light with me and a couple modifiers so I can adjust that lighting as necessary. Also in this bag, like I mentioned earlier, the must-haves. Keep my memory card wallet with all my memory cards in it for the day. I also keep several extra batteries with me because you can never have enough batteries, right? I also keep attached to this little lanyard that's inside the bag. I think this lanyard is meant to hold like your house keys so they don't fall out or something, but I keep an Allen key on it, and this Allen key is the size of almost every attachment that you use for a camera. I personally use these Peak Design plates on the bottom of my cameras that I attach my camera straps to, and sometimes that comes loose, and although you can tighten it with a coin, I don't feel like you could get it as tight, so I really like having the Allen key option right here to always just tighten those down if they do come loose. Always carry chapstick. I don't know why, I'm a big chapstick guy, and you never know when you're gonna need chapstick, right? Other important things that I keep in my camera bag, shh, don't tell anyone. Snacks. Got some gummy bears here. Sometimes I keep a Clif Bar or just something that I can eat really quickly if I'm just feeling hungry or feeling a little slowed down and just gotta get my blood sugar back up. And the last few things I keep in the bag are back here in this little back zipper. I keep a bunch of plastic bags. And these are just Ziploc bags, nothing special about them. But what I use them for is whenever I need to take pictures and there happens to be a light drizzle, I just take these bags, I throw them over my flashes so my flashes don't get wet. And then I have one right here that actually has a hole cut out, and I can put my camera body inside of here with the end of my lens hanging out of it so I can shoot in heavier rain. I know that these professional camera bodies are weather sealed, but having this plastic bag over the top of it, especially on a wedding day, like if one little drop of water got in the wrong spot, you don't know what it could do to your camera. So I like to try keeping a plastic bag with me for those just in case scenarios. Also back here, I have one of these Joby Gorilla tripods. Now, I don't actually use this for my camera, but what I do is I'll mount my flash on this and then I'll hang it from some crazy places. If there's ever a time that I need a flash in a place that I can't necessarily fit a light stand, such as a tight bathroom or a little tiny area where a bride's getting her makeup done, I can take one of these, and with these bendy legs, I can wrap them around things and put a flash in places that you just couldn't fit a light stand. Also in my bag, I have mints. Now at a wedding, with the music's playing, it can get pretty loud, so you have to get close to people to talk to them. And I don't know if it's just me, but I personally hate when people's breaths stink and they're right in my face screaming. So I always carry mints because I don't want to be that guy with the stinky breath getting in somebody's face talking to them. Also in this bag, I keep a lens cloth. I keep a lens cloth in every single one of my bags because you never know when you're gonna get a little smudge on your lens. You gotta clean it off. On to camera bag number 2. This is the Think Tank Airport Security Roller Bag. This bag is awesome. Let me tell you, if you're gonna be traveling, you need a bag that fits into overhead storage. This bag's great because you can fit a ton of gear in here. Plus, it's the right size to be considered a carry-on luggage. So if you're flying with camera gear, and you don't want to check your bag, this bag right here is pretty much as big as you can get while it's still considered a carry-on. So check it out if you're in the market for one. Before I even open the bag, first thing I'm going to show you is right here on top. I have a reflector. It's a small one. It's only a 36-inch reflector. You never know when you're going to need one. I like using it sometimes when I'm dealing with the getting ready pictures and to have more natural light. And I just need to fill in those shadows a little bit, have a reflector there. Right here on top of my bag it's a secret. But I'm gonna let you in on a little secret here. I call this my bridal emergency kit. So I'm not gonna take everything out of here because there's a lot in here, but I have Advil, I have sewing kits, I have Tide to Go, I have Cliff Bars, I have gum, I have bandages. I have things that basically, if there's an emergency, keep it right here. So I can be the knight in shining armor if somebody has a problem and they need something. Makes you look really good too in front of all the guests. All right. As we dive into the bag, up here we have some business cards, some extra cables, a phone charger, a couple more of those Ziploc bags in case it's raining, and like I said, I'm a big chapstick guy, got another chapstick in here. So that's basically what's on the top. I'm not gonna go into all that. Next up we have my second camera body right here, Canon R6, the first one. I think the Mark II is really good, but I didn't think there was enough of a difference for what I do to upgrade, so holding off on that one. Attached to this camera right now, I have the EF to RF adapter, and I have my Sigma Art 50mm 1.4. This is a beautiful lens. If you're in the market for prime lenses, but don't want to pay top dollar for them, the Sigma Art series, top notch. I know a lot of people very happy with these lenses. And then I use the Hold Fast harness, which you kind of put on like a backpack, and then you can have one camera at each side. I really like them. I think it's comfortable. It's a lot better than having just the strap that comes with the camera, because if you have it on one shoulder, it can slide off the shoulder. If you keep it around your neck, you'll strain your neck by the end of the day. I love this option because when I'm holding two camera bodies, each of them weighing 3 to 7 pounds, depending if I have a lens and a flash on there, 10, 12, 14 hours, they get kind of heavy. So having a good harness or strap for your camera, good investment if you're gonna be wearing your camera for a long period of time. I also have a couple additional extra batteries in here. Also in here, I keep 2 more godox speedlights. I also have 2 godox AD200s. These lights I use for my room lights, or if I need to light up a big bridal party or something. They put out a lot of power. They're the same size as a speedlight, and the battery life on them is pretty good. I can usually get at least 2, sometimes 3 weddings on one charge, and I'm very happy with what these lights can do. Going through the rest of the fun stuff, I have the Sigma Art 35mm 1.4, and then I also have the Sigma Art 85 1.4. Like I said, the Sigma Art series are awesome lenses. I would recommend them to anybody. And then I have another Canon EF to RF adapter on this lens, just in case I want to use some of my EF lenses on my mirrorless bodies. These adapters almost brought new life back to these lenses for me. I was using these lenses on my older DSLRs, and then when I put them on my mirrorless cameras, man, I just love the image quality that comes out of it. I have zooms, I have primes, I switch back and forth. I tend to lean more towards the zoom lenses, but I really love what these prime lenses produce, so I'm not gonna let them go anytime soon. And then the last lens to fill out the kit is old reliable right here, the 7200 f2.8 IS version 2. I mean, this lens is old. This is 14 years old. I actually recently made a video on this one that you can check out right here. I'll link a card for you to check it out. But if you need a 7200, yeah, the RF versions are awesome. The newer model of the EF version is nice. But this one, version 2, something special about this lens. This lens still produces great image quality, and it's really hard for me to justify buying the RF 7200 with how good this lens still performs. And then as we go through some of the gadgets we have here, I have a big old stack of mag modifiers. I have another sphere with a bunch of grids and gels, and I use these at almost every single wedding. I like to use a gel with a grid for my lights that I have set up around the room. I use the gel to match the room lights, and then I use the grid to just really focus that light onto the dance floor, because I don't want to light up the entire room. I'm just trying to light up the action on the dance floor, so that's why I like throwing a grid on there. And I have a whole bunch of them here for all my lights in case I need them. Next, we have a rocket blower. I'm not gonna lie, I probably pick this thing up and just do that way more often than I actually use it on my camera. I think it's every time I pack my camera bag, I just pick it up and get a nice little breeze on yourself. These things they're fun, and they're nice for cleaning out your camera gear when you shoot on a beach. Next, we have keep an extra battery charger with me. Although I keep enough batteries with me to shoot about 3 weddings before I would need to charge anything, I still bring a battery charger with me because extreme temperatures affect your battery charge, and we want to make sure that we're always charged up, good to go. Next up, I have a couple of MagMod cold shoe adapters so we can put our lights on the light stand. And then I have several others of just, I don't even know, I bought these on Amazon probably like 12 years ago. I don't know what brand they are. They're just more cold shoe adapters for light stands so we can attach lights to stands. Wow, genius. I really just said that. Okay. And last up, we have another wireless transmitter in case my first one breaks or I drop it or whatever. It's just nice to have a backup. And then I have a couple AA batteries because that's what the wireless transmitters use to function. And then over here on the side of the camera bag, I have a smaller light stand. This I like to have in case I need to just quickly put up something in a small area. And it's really nice because it just straps right to the side of my camera bag. And then the only other thing that I bring with me that I don't have here would be my light stands. I bring 4 of them with me to every wedding. If you don't know what a light stand looks like, just go Google it. I'm not gonna go get my light stands and show you those right now too. But that's it. That's everything that I bring with me to weddings. I've been using this exact setup for about 2 years now, and I absolutely love it. And this is going to be my go-to kit for 2024 as well. Unless the Canon R5 Mark II comes out, then we'll be adding that one to the setup pretty soon. Well, hopefully you learned something from this, or this helped you in some way, but honestly, you probably didn't. So you probably just killed some time while you're sitting on the can or eating your breakfast. So if you made it this far in the video, or if one of those were you, I would love it if you could give me a like, leave a comment below, tell me I spent way too much money on gear, or that I'm giving you serious gear acquisition syndrome. And I hope to see you in the next video. Till then, peace.